one more. We're going to go to Representative Pete Sessions on Meet the Press, and David Gregory is going to ask him, all right. Now you say you won't cut taxes for the, you won't raise taxes for the rich. You won't do this, you won't do that. What will you do? How would you balance the budget? Good questions. Let's see how it gets answered.
I think what a lot of people want to know is, if Republicans do get back into power, what are they going to do?
It's quite simple that the American people do understand the agendas that are before us. They understand what the President and the Speaker stand for, and they understand what Republicans stand for. Republicans, and especially our candidates, who are all over this country, very strong standing with the American people back home. We need to live within our own means. And certainly the projections that are ahead, including health care and the projections for unemployment for a long time, and debt, for as far as we can see, is staggering. We need to live within our own means. Secondly, we need to make sure that we read the bills. These bills are so bad, which is why we don't have a budget that is being looked at now. The 2011 budget is staggering in terms of taxes and the discipline that is lacking from this House Democratic leadership to even debate and bring the bill for the budget and appropriations to the floor is a lack of leadership. And lastly,
that's a pretty gauzy agenda so far. I mean, what painful choices are Republicans prepared to make? Are they going to campaign on repealing health care, for instance, repealing financial regulation? Would you just like to see those two things done?
Well, first of all, let's go right to it. We're going to balance the budget. We should live within our own means, and we should read the bills and work with the American people.
How do you do it? Tell me how you do it. Name a painful choice that Republicans are prepared to say we have to make.
Well, first of all, we need to make sure that as we look at all that we are spending in Washington, D.C., with not only the entitlement spending, but also the bigger government, we cannot afford anymore. We have to empower the free enterprise system. See, this is where...
Congressman, these are not specifics.
Oh, they are.
Voters get tired of that. You want to deal with entitlement spending. Will you raise the retirement age on Social Security? Will you cut benefits of Social Security? Will you repeal health care?
Let's go right to it.
Do it.
And Chris talked right about it. He wants to diminish employers' abilities to be able to be competitive across this world. We need to make sure that we allow employers, which was in that 52-page report that was presented to the President of the United States by CEOs in this country, we need to go back to the exact same agenda that is empowering the free enterprise system rather than diminishing.
Senator, I'm sorry, I'm not hearing an answer here on specific, what painful choices to really deal with the deficit.
Let's get right to it. I want to live within our means. All right, how are we going to do that? Let's get right to it. Within our means, balance the budget. Okay, that's fine, but how are we going to balance the budget? Let's get right to it. Empower the free enterprise system. Okay, great. How are we going to empower the free enterprise system? Let's get right to it. Live within our means. At the end, my sense was that he never really got to it. Okay, it's because he doesn't want to say, hey, you know what? Yeah, of course, we're going to raise the retirement age on Social Security, and we're going to hose you big time. And we're going to make you work longer, and then we're going to cut your Social Security benefits, we're going to cut your Medicare benefits, and are we going to raise taxes on the rich? Hell no. They pay our bills, man. We're going to raise, in essence, we're going to take away money from the middle class, from the poor folks in the country, from all of you who are suffering, and we're going to give it to the rich. So let's get right to it. That's what it is, and he doesn't have the cojones to say it on national TV. He wants to, that's why the code words. We want to empower the free enterprise system. That means I want to empower my really rich friends by taking your money and giving it to them. Okay? So, and how do we know they're not going to balance the budget? Because they never balanced it when they were in power. They never even tried. When did the budgets blow up? First, under Ronald Reagan. When did they get balanced? Under Bill Clinton. When did they blow up again? Under George Bush. Are you seeing a pattern here? Okay? Because once they get in power, then you don't have to pay for anything. Yeah, tax cuts for the rich, great. Wars for the military-industrial complex, great. Now, one further thing on this. Do you now notice that the media all of a sudden is asking all these tough questions to the Republicans? So what happened? What happened was Obama made the case. Did you notice they played Obama clips in all of those? And Obama came out and said, hey, look, they don't want to pay for unemployment benefits, but they're willing to pay for tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans, right? Or they're not willing to pay for it either, but they want to take it, right? And so what does the media do? Media follows power. And that's why when Obama tells you, oh, I'm powerless, oh, the Republicans have 60 votes, oh, I can't do it, no, not Elizabeth Warren, I can't do that public option, no, I can't do that, I can't do any of these things, right? Oh, but that's because you're not trying. Look at what happens when you do try. All of a sudden, it looks like you can get a lot of things done. All of a sudden, this whole weekend, because of Obama going on the offense, Republicans were playing defense. And they couldn't do it. And then when the media pressed them on it, they had no answers because they're not used to getting pressed on it. Will you, for the love of God, go on the offense and stay there? And by the way, not just during election time. How about next time we do it when we're actually trying to pass a bill where you lay out your own case for your own side and put them on the defensive? Young Turks.